think we're good.
Okay, I think we're good.
What moves is meant to move you.
This is the new non-normal.
Forced to pivot due to the pandemic, this is the House of Bread's Hunger Drive-Thru.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Sister Teresa's renowned nonprofit just turned 40.
The mission is dedicated to the people of Hartford, the people who are needy and people who are hungry.
Happy Thanksgiving.
House of Bread is one of the largest outreach facilities for Hartford's needy, for food, for education.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bagged meals and curb appeal.
Thank you for all you do.
Their outreach always hits the Hartford streets, but never like this. COVID-19 caused the cancellation of House of Bread's biggest fundraiser. So instead, the staff and supporters have taken things outside. Car after car, donor after donor. They've sold about 140 of these bags to raise money, all for the House of Bread.
Their donation of $25, they receive will receive a House of Bread bag filled with a mug, soup, donuts, bread, and apple.
And just in time for Thanksgiving.
Thank you for all your help.
Something uplifting on this downtown lot.
And especially during the pandemic, people are responding, what can we do for Thanksgiving? What can we do for Christmas? It's very humbling to know that people are so willing to support us.
In Hartford.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Jim Altman, Fox 61 News.